Listen to recorded text on different life situations, one at a time. Then write your feedback and reaction by answering the question that follows each text. Text A for numbers 1 to 2. Ronnie knew that he would have to study hard for his math test on Monday. He had failed the last exam. On Friday night, he could not study because his grandparents and cousins were visiting from Davao. On Saturday, he was so tired playing with his Mindanao cousins that he fell asleep at the study table a few minutes after beginning to solve his problems. On Sunday, Ronnie's dog got lost. He spent all day looking for him and found him only before bedtime. Ronnie finally managed to study a few minutes before classes began on Monday morning. Text B for numbers 3 to 4. Selena knows that it is unsafe to be in the water during a thunderstorm. One day, while she is swimming at the beach with her friends, the sky begins to darken. There is a flash of blinding light and then a rumbling sound. One of Selena's friends panicked and almost got drowned. Text C for numbers 5 to 6. Agnes transferred to the provincial high school in Boac, Marinduque during the second quarter. She and her family had not made any friends after a week. Therefore, even though it was her birthday, she wasn't having a party. There just wasn't anyone to invite. I should have invited my old friends from Gasan, Agnes thought as she walked home from school. Gasan was her hometown, 17 kilometers from Boac. They could all have come on one jeep and I could have a party. She told her plans to her parents, and to her disappointment, they didn't grant her request for the reason that they had no big allotment for the occasion. She cried a lot and locked herself in her room. Text D for numbers 7 to 8. Ricardo had always been number 1 on the class honor roll. He had excellent grades in almost all his subjects. During the second quarter, his father went to work in Saudi Arabia. Because his mother was lonely, she dated other men. Ricardo was left alone most of the time. His father sent home plenty of money to make up for his absence. Some of the boys in the neighborhood who didn't go to school often invited him to join them at disco pads. With so much money to spend and his feelings of loneliness, Ricardo decided to join the gang. At the disco houses, some boys and girls smoked marijuana and took other drugs. Text E for numbers 9 to 10. Chloe worked all day till night on her clay sculpture. This is her project in science and will be submitted to her teacher at early in the morning the next day. She carefully formed the lumpy material into a beautiful elephant. She placed it onto a board on the floor and ran out of the room to call her mom. As she walked back, she saw her brother and 3 of his friends running from the room, bouncing a basketball. She slowly entered her room and looked down on the floor where she left her work of art. Then a loud cry was heard.